Jason Kelly.
Well, this is not my first time, but my first speech in these chambers as in Assembly 1. I went to Corranderk to ensure my first act was to honour Barak and Wurundjeri, whose land we are on, and to honour my ancestors in accordance with the cultural protocols, as per the ways my old people taught me and who we all honour today. Assembly 2.0 is not like before where we had a roadmap. However, our greatest achievements were delivering on things that weren't in that roadmap. We were able to deliver change to provide an additional pathway for excluded nations to have a reserved seat. Individually, my greatest honour in Assembly 1 was to be the author of the resolution that garnered unanimous Assembly support to deliver Australia's first Truth Commission, Yuruk, and I acknowledge the commissioners that are sitting here today. Now we're tasked with navigating uncharted waters as we carve a new path that must deliver justice and ensure the revival and the survival of the oldest continuous living culture on Mother Earth. What we do as Assembly is going to be history in the making. So what will life look like, not only for this generation, but also for the next 7 generations and every generation thereafter? Will our languages be fluent again? Have we ensured our right to coexist? Will we have delivered a treaty that has ensured cultural and economic self-determination? Has treaty paid the rent and thus ensured sovereignty has never nor will be ceded? We must not and cannot enter any negotiations without the establishment of our elders' voice. Our elders are the holders of law, and we must ensure law is established to hold all to account with our response to a statewide treaty. What we can immediately do is hold government to account through the promises already made through the Victorian Aboriginal Affairs Framework, as this is the Victorian Government's Closing the Gap commitments, starting with their promise of grassroots directing and controlling our orgs in accordance of the Victorian Aboriginal Affairs definition on self-determination. But if they're not delivering on those promises, how can we trust they will honour treaty promises? We can immediately demand government do what they did with the United Nations Charter of Human Rights and did the same with the United Nations Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People and enshrined it in Victorian legislation. We can start working on it immediately through a partnership between us as the Assembly and the Koori Justice Unit in the Attorney General's Office. We must get treaty into the Attorney General's Office to ensure justice and respect for our law. We must apply the best practice principles of international law. Australia is a member of the International Criminal Court, and the human rights abuses inflicted on Aboriginal people since colonisation must be placed under that lens if treaty is to deliver transformation for all Victorians. Albert Einstein himself, a genocide survivor, said, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking that created them." Let's start thinking differently. Let's deliver an international law twist. Let's start treaty with a peace accord. These are the things I will scream for continuously until I'm blue in the face, as always, and my promise not just to Aboriginal Victorians, but all Victorians as we strive for transformation. Everyone will then know why the eagle must marry the crow. I'm Jason Kelly, North West Community Elected Rep. Iri mari mari wamba wamba tungi pukamana ma pingale parembai ingana ola Wurundjeri dangi kiaka ula mero kiaka ula the pangut murani. For us, for our children. Thank you.